So May 11th Raw has happened, and it's interesting. Interesting narratives are going on here. I thought it was a decent show. It was better than last week. Things are happening. Things are happening, and that's the most important thing. You know, Raw's nowhere near its peak right now, so expectations are low, but it was decent. It was decent. The show is basically based around Fatu having to acknowledge Roman Reigns at the end of the show due to losing to him at Backlash, but it was never going to happen, and it didn't happen. But I think a big thing that needs to be said is Fatu is starting to get bigger than Roman Reigns. That's what WWE are trying to push. They're trying to get Fatu bigger than Reigns, and it's exciting. It's exciting, and I think a big thing here is that Roman is more vulnerable than ever right now. He is more vulnerable than we have ever seen him. And with all this going on right now, with Jake Fatu constantly getting the better of him, constantly, he's got to win against Roman Reigns. He's got to win the title off him at some point. He's got to be the guy that beats him. There's no other thing to it. He needs to beat him at least, and then if Roman is to win the title, that's fair enough. But he needs to win the title at least. He don't need to hold it for long. He can lose it next event after, but he needs to beat him. He needs to beat him. We can't have all this going on for Justin not to beat Roman and just for him to lose a second time to him. That can't happen. He needs to beat him next time they face, in my opinion. They probably won't do that, and they're going to keep pushing him anyway, but I think he needs to beat him to fully establish him, fully show himself, and that's what needs to happen. But after Roman won at Backlash, he keeps getting destroyed. He looks emotionally drained. He just can't control anything. Surely we are getting to a point that, Roman Reigns is starting to lose power. And if you want to get people invested, this is how you do it. They are doing the right thing. If you want to get even more people invested, Fatu wins that title against Roman. Then they go into a big third fight, and then Roman can win it back, whatever. Fatu needs to win in this second match that they go into. That's what needs to happen. That is what needs to happen. I don't trust them to do it, but it needs to happen. It has to. They can't bottle this. Fatu needs to beat him. He's always getting the better of him. He destroyed Roman. He destroyed the Usos. Now it is time for Fatu to fully take over. It doesn't need to be for long, but he needs to win the title. And then, Roman can get his revenge on him fully. But right now, it's all about Jake Fatu. This is what everything is about. They can't bottle this. They can't drop the ball. Anyway, next up, new stars are being created. Sol Ruka versus Io Sky. We saw that, and Sol Ruka has been fantastic, fantastic these last few weeks, doing very well against Liv Morgan, getting the better of Becky Lynch, beating her up in their segment last week, having a very good match with Io, but falling short. Eventually, what they are doing is, they're having her lose these matches, but she's going to be a champion. That's obvious. We know that. And she's going to get her moment. And right now, the narrative of her is going to be, she's only just come up, she's falling short, then she's eventually going to go on a bloody roll. That's what's going to happen with Sol Ruka. So I like what they're doing with it. I really do like what they're doing with her right now. We then go on to Javon Evans getting a big win over Rusev. Huge, huge win. And, really coming into things on the US title picture. Really coming into things. So now it's the IC title picture, sorry. It's all about Javon Evans. It's all about Ethan Page, who we got to speak about as well, who, again, the up-and-comer in WWE, Ethan Page. We need to see him winning matches. That's what we need to see right now. He's taking this role of just, dressing smart and whatever he's bloody doing. But, we're going to see him in a, good role soon as well. Javon Evans needs to beat Penta. That's what needs to happen. Put the belt on him. who's really enjoying Penta's reign? I mean, I think Penta's a great wrestler, very entertaining to watch in the ring, but you need to be sticking his title on Javon Evans ASAP, in my opinion. Ideally, I'd like to see him win at Saturday night's main event. That's, I think, what needs to happen. But it's not. I mean, and it's going to be Penta and Ethan Page at Saturday night's main event, though, isn't it? Or what is even going on here? Whatever. Stick Javon Evans in there with a triple threat. But again, do we really want to see a triple threat with that? He can win a Clash in Italy. Um, but no, it's good what's happening with him right now. It's good. And, I feel like Rusev is kind of just there to put over the talent like this, but also stay in these mid card title pictures. So I'm not worried about the treatment of Rusev whatsoever. But Javon Evans, breakout babyface. Ethan Page is going to be the next breakout heel. We know that for a fact. Um, yeah, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker story that's quietly still going ahead. We saw the six-man tag team match: Joe Hendry, Street Profits versus Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul. That was what it was. Seth got involved, so the Street Profits and Joe Hendry ended up winning. They were all trying to bully Joe Hendry as a point. Um, yeah. It's leading to Joe Hendry and Logan Paul. I mean, that's got to happen at Saturday night's main event. It's not a clash in Italy. Can keep saying clash in Paris. Well, thinking clash in Paris, but no, it's not a clash in Italy kind of fight, in my opinion. I feel like it's got to happen Saturday night's main event. Do Logan Paul, Joe Hendry on that. That's fine. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman was still bloody ranting on about Seth at the start of the show. So, that's still going on. Yeah, look, Raw was decent. It was whatever. It didn't blow me away, but things are starting to happen. Things are building, and that's important. Hopefully, good times are coming with it soon. But yeah, I think things are starting to build now. Sol Rook is looking good. Javon Evans looking good. Jake Fatu, we're all invested in that right now. We are all very invested in that. So we keep that going. Things are looking interesting. Things could be looking up from here. Let's wait and see.